back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Ambrosia, and I am the Eclectic Herbalist. So in today's video, I am going to be making a Yarrow Infused Oil. It is the Yarrow that I got from the Apothecary at Home February box, which was for heart health. But I had kind of other plans with it. I do believe I said in a previous video, me and my family go hiking and camping, and Yarrow is one of the best first aid herbs to cuts and burns and things like that. So I made an infused oil to make a salve, which I've already completed, and I made a tincture and a Yarrow calendula powder. I do not believe I recorded the actual making of the Yarrow calendula powder, but if you want to know, I didn't measure it, but it was more Yarrow than calendula, and I used my mortar and pestle and ground it up into a fine powder, or as fine as I could get it, and then I put it in a jar. For the tincture, because I also don't think I recorded that, I just filled the jar 3/4 of the way up with Yarrow, and I used vodka and let that steep for about 4 to 6 weeks, and that's already done as well. We actually used some in our last camping trip, so it worked pretty well. My children have very fair skin, so even the sunblock just didn't work for them. But that's besides the point. Their cuts, their bruises, Yarrow powder, the salve worked wonders. In this video, like I said, I am making the infused oil, so I will go ahead and get into that, and then I will see you guys when you return. For this infused oil, I did obviously use just Yarrow as my herb, but for my carrier oil, I did choose extra virgin olive oil. You can choose whatever carrier oil you would like, though. So here you'll notice that I filled the jar about halfway full of herb. Reading the recipe, I did fill the jar 1 inch above the herb with the oil, but looking back, I think I should have completely filled the jar with the oil. Once together, you will want to mix it up really well by shaking it. You'll then place it in a cool, dark, dry place for about 4 to 6 weeks, mixing it and shaking it about every other day. So you'll want to get everything together in your strainer and your bowl, and just pour the oil herb mixture through the strainer. Here you can see I definitely poured all of it, way too much, a little too ambitious there. So it was a little difficult straining it all out. You'll notice I dumped some of it back into the jar here in a moment. It was right about here where I realized my mistake. Started scooping some out to make it a little bit easier on myself. You will want to make sure you have a bowl for your mark or your leftover herbs, so that way you have a place to put all of that you've already strained out and kind of squished together. You will want to get the remaining oil out of the leftover herb and then just set that aside. For me, I did have some herb wind up in my oil bowl, so I placed a smaller strainer within the funnel, so when I poured it, it got the rest of that out of the way. With this amount, I was able to get a 2-ounce size tin jar of Yarrow salve, and I do believe I only used a 1/2 ounce of beeswax. Like I said, Yarrow is good for cuts and burns. It's a coagulant, so it helps stop bleeding. I might have worded that weird, but it does help stop bleeding. Amazing for just wounds in my mind. It's a really good first aid herb to have in your apothecary cabinet or just in general. I have not used it in cooking. Like I said, I'm just kind of doing the medicinal properties, not the culinary properties, so I do recommend if you are an active family or if you are just super clumsy and you are interested in just natural herbal medicine, Yarrow is the way to go. You do want to do little skin tests on everything that you make before you actually completely ingest it or completely rub it on your skin. So for tinctures, especially the Yarrow tincture, you will want to just kind of find the back of your hand and put a dot, rub it in, and then let it sit and see what your reaction is, because if you've never even used Yarrow before, you could very definitely have a high possibility of being allergic. So do skin tests on everything. I want to make sure I do say that, as I haven't before. And also, just an update, I have finished my introductory course of the Herbal Academy, and then they had a free course going that I really just have one lesson to do, but I've been just so busy I haven't gotten to it. But yeah, there was just a few more things I learned in the later units and lessons that I may have said something in my beginning videos that are wrong. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm only in the introductory course. I'm a beginner. I am still learning. So a lot of things I may say could be wrong or just could be introductory level. Don't take what I say for kosher. I am learning with you. But anyways, if you aren't subscribed and you were just interested in my awkwardness in other videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are already subscribed, thank you for watching. But like always, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one, and I hope you have a great day.